this 4 heroes mid while 2 of her teammates are dead for 30 more seconds. Yeah, and in the last team fight, one thing to mention was the tombstone by Celery was so good, right? It was like on this hill here in the medium camp area, and Navi just couldn't do anything. Viking just played around that. So then as soon as he walked into the area of the tombstone, like he slowed, and there's so much vision on him, they just jumped him all at once. This flesh golem is also not a joke for Sven to deal with. Like if he gets hit by that, that amplification is insane. 25% damage amplification from all sources. So he will die very quickly.
It hurts. It really does hurt. You don't want to mess around with Celery when he pops into that ultimate form. Well, all things said and done, a bit of an interesting one, but with Shad completing this Radiance, you know, I kind of feel like this Haunt is now the timing for Viking, and I think we were about to see some action coming on the map for them. Na'Vi are the ones which will have to play reactively, I would imagine, especially with this Reload actually just being used at top, so definitely feels like Viking have a free invitation to try and go for a play here. Do you agree?
Yeah, they do. This Radiance Aegis, like, Shad really wants to show this off right now.
Yeah, and here we go. Boom's leading the charge. Of course, Na'Vi are ready. They are not going to get caught out by this too easily.
At least if they can get some vision off with this. Celery does have 2 wards that he can plant at the moment. Maybe place it where he thinks they're going to fight next. That'll be very nice. It looks like they might just play for the triangle area at the moment. Yep, they just want to take over this triangle.
Yeah, he kind of placed that ward whilst the Hawk was coming over him, so they're going to definitely know this is warded up.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Shad with his Aegis can just sit top lane, protect this tier 2 tower, has that dragon scale, a little bit of extra armor against Beastmaster Sven. So they're controlling quite a bit of the map right now on Viking. Like if Toby and Aramis didn't die there, I think Viking would be the ones with the goal lead. But because those 2 heroes died, Navi had so much time to just, you know, dominate this map, farm it out, and they're the ones who amassed a little bit more of a goal lead, while Viking were the ones who got the Aegis.
I want to ask, in that last fight, kind of going back a bit to the last engagement, where we had this big scary Sven coming in, he just finished off his Axe, he had an Echo Saber, he had a Mask of Madness, you know, I was expecting Vichun to destroy that fight, and he got controlled up very well, and then they just turned on him and killed him instantly. I mean, what was it the Viking did in order to control this Sven, which so many other teams have failed to do in the past?
So, first of all, this is a Sven without a BKB, right? When he had the Axe. Oh, fight breaking out first.
Oh, the phone here as Toby jumps on towards Wanna Fly along with Shad of the backlands here. They just want to try and take down the Jakiro straight off the bat, but meanwhile, Sven, he's going to tear Boom in too. Oh dear, that's not the start you want. Always Wanna Fly being traded for Boom doesn't look too great for the side of Viking, but let's see how they can do this one as Laguna comes off onto Roger, finishing him off. His IO is gone, his battery is out, and now they'll turn around and deal with Toby. So Toby's been traded for Roger next, but Vichun gets on top of Alina, missing out a little bit, but does finish the job on to that spec. And now Shad comes up the high ground. I mean, she's not afraid. She wants to fight. She's got an Aegis and she thinks he can take down Vichun, and might just be right about that one as the blade now gets popped at the very last second, causing Vichun to kill himself upon her spiky blades, and she's not stopping. Shad's looking for more. General's going to be that next target. Finally, Shad realizes that he is one man versus the world and he's going to get himself away, but interesting fight there.
Yeah, I think Viking, even though they lost more heroes, they came out a little bit ahead. Spectre did get the kill onto the Sven, and that was like the worst case scenario for Vikings. They lost that White Spirit right away. He was trying to use against the Sven Stormhammer. That got instantly purged, and he just died before he was even able to do anything. So next fight, I think Viking are going to be able to get a better positioning maybe on Boom here, so he can show off that Aghanims that he's very soon to finish.
Toby having a little look in at General and always want to fly. However, they turn around and throw a couple of spells his way, and that's going to dissuade him from going for anything more, but he'll just return to the river, his natural habitat.
He's a speedy monster in there. So yeah, you were talking about the previous fight, and you're asking like what happened to Sven. Well, he didn't have a BKB that fight, the one near Roshan, and also his first stun went on to Voice Spray, who actually dissimulated the Stormhammer. So he was not able to pin anybody down and just go away at him. So as soon as that happened, they just kited him a bit, got him into the tombstone area, and then just slowed him up with that Undying. It was just way too easy to kill the Sven. But now he's got that BKB, so whoever he does go on, they should be dead.
Should being the operative word. We'll see if he's able to make that happen. I mean, the last fight wasn't too bad for him. He was able to get down a couple of kills in Lina, and I think the Void got jumped with V-Tune and the Puck, both comboing up together to bring down the Void Spirit in that last fight, so that worked pretty well.
So there is a Manta now complete on.
To kill the little beastie guy. Another hero in the bank for Viking. They
Shad, he's chasing
it.
Io and the Sven. He's not done with his hunt.
He's not, but the dagger won't connect. V-Tune gets away. Roger also going to be able to TP out in trees, so nice separation and TP out from Na'Vi.
He's going for a Scotty right now, Shad. I wonder if he's going to get mad that they're all TPing out in front of him and just, you know, buy a basher. It might be a little game throwy though. It might grief his team if he goes straight basher, because I think if he has a Scotty, he's just gonna own this Io, Sven, and also have so much more HP stats that Spectre loves to have.
You know, there's another item which gives stats, but I've been banned from talking about it in casts.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
We'll go past that.
I'm glad you're restraining yourself from.
I am.
My
toes are curled. Every inch of me wants to say it, but I'm not gonna do it. Na'Vi smoked up. Look and see if anyone's gonna come down the cliff. But look at Shad. He's reading them like a book. He's like, I know what you guys are up to. Throw a dagger their way. Get some vision on this Jakiro for a little while.
Just want to play for this next Roshan. It's got another minute left on it. Both teams playing on their respective Roshan side. Silver Edge completed on Sven. That's a pretty big item, we should mention. So now if they actually jump onto Shad with that Silver Edge, like, he will just die in a stun or roar duration, I think. Maybe not a stun duration. From roar duration, yes.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty big item. They want to burst Shad, and I'm not sure if he actually knows they have that right now.
No, I think they smoked the moment they got it, so want this to be a big reveal. Try and catch out the Spectre being over ambitious, trying to jump always want to fly or something like that, and then just open her up to a play from the Sven instead.
Yeah, he also has a...
Oh, they jump in. They're looking for the IO in the back. Roger could be in some trouble. Goonblade's going to come through, but they don't actually want to finish the job here. The soft committal from Viking is pretty big here, because they don't want to follow through onto the IO. I actually like that play. They know how much jump they have in Iceberg and V-Tune. They don't want to give them an opportunity to get a couple of kills here. Meanwhile, Boom on the front, being controlled a little bit by Woz One of Fly. Just a couple of spells. Uh-oh, this is a big target. He tries to put the Horde, gets across to General instead. He's going to be okay. The stun comes through from the Sven, but it's out of range. And that's going to put an end to that engagement, actually.
Oh, wow. You can reality through the leash. So he was able to just get out. And that was 100% dead shot right there. That was a catch from the Silver Edge Sven plus the Puck coil. So just getting out in the nick of time. Very clutch plays, and this means Goshen's on cooldown. That's gonna be an Aegis for Viking. Just like that. Like, that one play where Shad managed to get out with that Haunt allowed them to get rushed, even if Navi didn't lose anything big.
Crikey. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what these really close games come down to, isn't it? It's the small plays. You know, if you manage to get that God Strength, if you manage to get that call or cooldown, then Roshan is going to belong to this team. Like, the game's so close that Navi know they can't actually fight into this team if they don't have those ultimates, so Viking are going to be able to take yet another Aegis here.
That's actually amazing. That Haunt, like, it was just like 0.2 second difference between that Spectre dying
very
and
close.
Navi being the ones taking that second Roshan. So it doesn't make sense too. Like, how can you reality out of a leash? You know, it's just no consistency there, right?
No, I would have played Navi for thinking that Coil would stop him routing away, but
No.
there we go.
No,
Spectre just says, peace out.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty well-known, like, fact that you can reality out of leashes, but the problem is, like, they had to go for the play, right?
Yeah.
They didn't expect Shad to have enough time to be able to pull that off.
Well,
you just
Sven
took your
stun was
chances.
the Sven stun was in transit, you know, like the
Exactly.
Sven stun still connected onto Shad eventually, but unfortunately they're the other side of the map.
He just gonna man up, start hitting this mid tower. This is that immovable wall now. If they commit to this Spectre with Silver Edge, it'll be a terrible idea because she's got an Aegis. And later she can just pick up the cheese from her team as well. Boom has that. He's holding on to it for now.
Yeah, I was actually expecting to give the cheese to the Spectre, but I guess with his Silver Edge pickup, the burst potential is actually there from Navi, so they just want to give her the Aegis. Keep it nice and safe, and give Boom the cheese instead. Oh dear, Always Wanna Fly gets caught out once again by Toby. He loves him. He loves his little dragon, and will continue to beat him up every time he sees him.
Always Want to Fly, like, typically nowadays he has very good games and he plays extremely well, but when you're playing heroes like Jakiro where you're not entirely sure what your game plan is anymore, it's kind of easy to just go out and just try to get some information while you're trying to ward. It's a very clunky hero. It's so easy to die with. It's 1 in 10. Very sad.
Yeah, your spells take so long to cast that to actually get away from engagements, like it's just extremely difficult. You're absolutely right.
Slaughter has a gem now. Oh, wait. Boom bought that gem. Incredible. I don't know when the last time I saw a mid player buy a gem, but it's pretty good at obviously killing Navi's wards, but especially these Hawks. These Hawks are making it really difficult for Viking to be able to catch the Beastmaster and anybody else split pushing because it's constantly giving so much information. So that gem is going to be able to be the answer to that.
Yeah, it's a cute idea. As General brazenly pushing out this bottom lane here. Doesn't care. Just wants to get this lane pushed in and force something out of Viking.
This will hasten my footfalls.
And it's kind of slowed down a little bit. I mean, they don't really see the need to push up onto this high ground or take the other tier 2 towers and side lanes. Viking are really just kind of being efficient and farming the whole map at this point.
Yeah, there's no real rush right now. You got a minute and a half left on this Roshan, this Aegis, and maybe they can try to take the tier 2 towers. But more importantly, they're just looking for any kills on this map that can lead them into getting easier towers. Like, catching Navi is always going to be their top priority, right? Their draft is built around just killing heroes. Spectre has...
very, very fun. The Spectre just overtakes him for the first time in this game.
That's what I was going to say, Nomad. It took the words out of my mouth.
Finally, she did it.
Yeah, she did. And she's a beast. Got that Scotty and already on her way to the Abyssal Blade. As soon as this Aegis drops, it's going to have a Basher, and that's going to stop Navi from being able to just TP out in front of her.
Yeah. And
also, once the Abyssal is complete, Shad can literally just click R, reality onto some hero who's split pushing, and just kill them. You're gonna get the Abyssal stun, and in that Abyssal stun duration, you get the Manta split off too, and boom, they're just gonna die. Beastmaster not gonna stand a chance against that.
No, he's just going to get crushed by that. No chance TP away means no survival for Beastmaster. Unless he wants to commit the Roar to escaping, which is just not something you really want to be doing very often.
Oh, I mean, I think what's going to happen is the Slaughter is always going to be on the way to the Spectre while they're hunting the Beastmaster too. So you're going to Roar, you're going to try to TP out, and boom, here comes the Slaughter with the Blink Bash on your BKB, and it's just going to be impossible to escape. But that being said, the General is pretty farmed. I just realized this man has an AC. Like, I don't know where he's finding all this, but he's so good at playing this beast. BKB, AC. Normally, when I see Beastmasters, they're just like some kind of like support role, you know? But this dude is jacked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's about as buff as a character looks. He's just been playing in this bottom side of the map, constantly pushing it in. Iceberg's been doing a similar thing as well, and yeah, exactly, not getting caught out whilst he's doing it. And that's going to give him so much money. Oh, Caster's Curse, please no. You see him in the trees. General, you're not safe. Pops the BKB. Roar comes down, actually, they're making the return play. Boom just gets baited here. Can they finish the job? The heal comes in from Celery. Is it going to be enough? It might well just be. Throws him into the air, and now he's going to be able to get the return kill to always want to fly instead, as Viking come in and answer the aggression of Na'Vi. Cute play there from Na'Vi. Almost beautiful, as Iceberg realizes he has to pop the BKB to stop him getting sunned up by Aramis. Toby's still chasing. Toby still wants him, but Iceberg's going to be perfectly fine here as he runs himself out.
Okay, they used the Haunt. Beastmaster had to use his BKB. I mean, all in all, I think Na'Vi should be okay with that. They bought enough time for the Aegis to run out, and also Boom has given the cheese to the Spectre now, and Spectre has gone for a Butterfly instead of the Basher, actually.
So, okay.
Prioritizing the tank of Sven, since Sven does not have any evasion piercing items at the moment.
Yeah, I like it as well because it just gives her like the more attack speed to kind of just blow up these backliners, and yeah, also the evasion into Sven, so she can just turn around and fight him at any point in the game.
Yeah,
which she's still gonna be able to do. I like it.
I can't help but feel like she's lacking the catch though, you know, right now. Yeah. I know Scotty is good, but they do have the BKB and the TP out. Like the Abyssal, it just feels like right now Viking, they're just having a hard time getting these heroes. Although they have really good heroes at hunting, and Na'Vi are just so good at playing out the map and just constantly split pushing and making sure that they don't die while doing it too.
Yeah, I suppose she's relying on Toby to be there and Boom to be there to kind of make the lockdown happen for her. But yeah, it does stop her going for any kind of solo plays or in the team fights, going alone and just trying to find that pickoff. So it's got to be a little bit worrying.
See if V-Tune decides to adjust his item build in any way as well, since the Spectre does have a Butterfly. He's pretty much the only hero who can actually kill the Spectre. And she hurts. Yep. I'm not sure if he can actually ignore the Spec either.
Yeah, it's becoming catch-22 now. If you kill her, she kills you with Dispersion. If you don't kill her, then she kills you with the right click. So yeah, good luck, basically.
You're still gonna need to kill everybody else first, I guess. Like Sauter's
they're invading. They really want to go for the big plays. He's gonna blink past. Always want to fly. Try to go for the IO. They're immediately turning it around onto the Slardar here. Toby getting pretty low. Has to swim himself away. Vichen with the BKB is gonna be able to kill him off. Meanwhile, Shad jumps in the back. Can't really do anything to the Jakiro though, and it's just gonna be a straight up trade. They bring down the Slardar. Oh, hold on. Always want to fly. Might not be out of the neighborhood yet, as he's got a ton of zombies on him, and he's gonna get cut up by that little illusionist cape summoned by Shad.
I think Na'Vi are saying worth right now. They got the Slaughter. I was just saying that the Slaughter is probably the best target for Na'Vi to kill. He's giving so much damage amp with that Corrosive Haze. He's extremely annoying with the bashes against these BKBs. So killing him off first would be the best for Na'Vi, and they get the kill. Gauchant is on cooldown though, but Roshan is not yet alive for Viking to take.
Get in that pit. In 50 seconds, he will respawn. Na'Vi, they need
okay. Ready. Here it is, Nomad.
All right. Give me the
You have
breakdown.
probably like a 20% chance you're gonna see exactly what I think you want to see in this Roshan pit.
All right, hit
just
me,
to help
hit
you out, since it looks like you're kind of confused. Is the Aghanims? Is the Spectre Aghanims? He's not gonna buy it. He's just gonna collect it from the third Roshan.
Oh, I'll be excited about that.
Yeah. This is the item that you're always looking for a Spectre to have.
It is. I love Spectre Aghanims. It's my favorite.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
but
It's
I'm
gonna
not
be...
gonna start talking about it. I'm banned from talking about it in casts.
Okay.
Oh,
It's up in
Yule's
1 second.
onto Jakiro. They've got the taunt to follow up as well. Always Want to Fly is going to be in a bit of trouble right here as
Oh,
he
no.
pops that Ghost Scepter and gets completely torn apart. That is
Oh,
bad. Roshan just
that's very
respawning.
bad.
It's going down quickly. Na'Vi, there needs to be an answer here, and I don't think there's going to be one.
That's very bad. Without Jakiro alive, they're not going to be able to smoke. They're not going to have any vision, so they're just going to give this up. And there it is. Boom.
Spectre active.
Now you can talk about it. You're no longer banned anymore because it's an actual thing that's happening in the game.
Sweet, the ban has been lifted. Well, this item's actually insane on Spectre, right? 35-second cooldown to teleport anywhere on the map as long as you got vision on the target. And also, you can use it in teamfights. You can use it along with Haunt as well to just drop, like, how many illusions is going to be on one target now if she wants to? She can drop Manta, she can drop Illusionist Cape, and she can drop Shadow Step, and she can drop Haunt. All on one target if she wants, or she can just kind of take down a support without even having to TP to it. Like, it's pretty insane. I like it a lot. We'll see how she chooses to utilize it, but it also gives you an extra bit of catch in the team fights as well, just to jump across to one part of the fight to the other. And when you're playing Spectre, fights often get split apart pretty badly. As we have that Shadow Step coming through straight away onto Roger, immediately trying to just pepper the Io here as they're going to look in towards Boom. Boom's in some trouble. The big fat crit comes through, takes him out. Meanwhile, Shad still sitting on top of this Io. Io doing a really good job of just kind of tanking up through Shad here. He's eventually going to go down, but Vici takes another. Celery's going to drop. Now Shad used the Horde to get across to the Sven, but Sven's just looking for more targets. He doesn't care about the Spectre. He wants Toby, and he's going to find it. Vici takes another name, and now he turns across to look towards Shad instead, but he's reflecting so much damage. It's actually kind of tricky. Boom's coming back in. I'm not sure this is the best idea, though. Yules comes out from him. He's got a cheese available as well, but the Spectre is actually going to be the one who's going to be roared up currently as Boom jumps across, moves to the back line. General's going to get finished off, and now they look across towards the Spectre. Spectre, though, she's reflecting so much damage, but do they really care? The jump across with the Shadow Step, it's not enough. The Spectre dies. Shad is dead. Na'Vi take the team fight.
Holy crap. They just ate through a cheese, a Aegis, like two Spectres
fight
just
recap.
because of Sven.
Look
Alright,
at this fight recap. 17,000 damage dealt by Spectre. 17,900 damage dealt by a Sven. What a... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but a lot of that damage Spectre dealt was healed back up by the Io and the Sven and the Satanic, right? So that was a big difference there. Holy smokes, that Sven just annihilated the Void.
Oh, Void Spirit needs some help here. The buyback comes in. Shad's coming back into the engagement as he immediately jumps across to the front lines, trying to bring down that Sven, but he's gone. He is out of here. The relocate back to the base. Roger probably going to give his life for this one. Meanwhile, Always Want to Fly is going to get killed off, but that's not exactly headline news. Dead for 100,
that's
though.
That's a dieback from Io, though.
Oh, that is not
They can't
good.
afford for Roger to be dead. 100 seconds. Without Roger, V2 cannot really accomplish a whole lot in these fights. He's so reliant on this attack speed and the healing from the IO.
He is.
Okay, he's got to do something creative. He's got to surprise Vikings, right? Like, you got to get a Gaussian Silver Edge, go from the back, try to get a stun onto the Slaughter or something, get him killed off right away. Because they go, if they take a head-on fight, I think Viking are going to have great positioning for this. They are pulling some creeps around though right now.
Yeah, Iceberg is
okay.
looking
They're cutting waves.
Wave.
Oh, this is so good. Okay, this will buy a little bit of time. There's still one more wave mid.
Okay,
It's okay. There's still another wave mid though right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, pinging Iceberg saying, guys, this guy's here. He's being annoying, but I mean, I think TPing back for it is kind of a mistake. I mean, they've got 2 heroes dead. They're taking a long time to push up this high ground with his creep wave still alive.
Yeah, Boom is not there either. Kind of just a 3v3 right now. They get the repair kit. It looks like they're just gonna back off. Pretty early usage of the glyph as well. That might have been a mistake, I think, from Na'Vi.
From Na'Vi or from Viking?
From Na'Vi. Na'Vi clicked the glyph on this tier 3 tower that was repaired.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
it bought enough time. Like, Io's alive now. 15 seconds. They don't lose anything. And I think Na'Vi now are in a great position because there isn't a single hero on Viking who have a buyback now.
I mean, what many more items can these cores really get? Shad, he is still looking for that Abyssal to replace his cheese, opting for no boots, Because who needs movement speed when you've got Skadi? Iceberg, ooh, just TPs into the faces of Spectre, but Abyssal means I can't really do much about that. Meanwhile, Sven, he is going for the Moon Shard next, really is full on slots, doesn't want to consume his Ags, so instead queues up the Moon Shard.
Yeah.
With a Spec Illusion at mid. Reload top from Roger. Boom is here. This could be dangerous. And they're going to pop the Shadow Step. They're going to cross him as well. See you later, Roger. Dead again. Oh, no.
Oh, Roger, what have you done, sir? He did not expect a Shadow Step, Nomad. It was a Shadow Step that got him.
Can't split push into the Spectre Ags. It's just not possible. And now they jump across with the Horn once again. The full map presence is too much for Na'Vi as they lose Iceberg as well. Another big hero does have the buyback as Na'Vi back themselves away, and Puck is not wasting any time on getting that buyback timer ticking.
That's a Gosh Strength use by V2. So they know this.
Oh my.
And that's going to be an opening. Unless V2 buys a refresher and surprises them with that. Viking are going to look to go in. That could be a pretty good idea, though.
Doing that, yeah.
Yeah, it could be good. Like, he's gonna need it eventually.
Na'Vi just holding their high ground. You can feel the tension in this team. They
Jeez.
really want to try and take this game, but it's so hard.
They actually just lost a 7k gold lead in a matter of like a minute, just because Roger died like that, and then they kill off the Puck mid with that jump because they know Io's not alive, and without Io, the Sven's damage output gets cut severely.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a Divine Rapier from this Sven, at least queued up. Doesn't feel that desperate, I suppose.
He's okay. I mean, he's not focusing the Spectre anyway. Like, he doesn't need a Rapier right now. What he needs is just attack speed. He has so much damage when he clicks a Gosh Strength.
Yeah,
so
true,
he just so he just wants to go in and kill everybody and maybe eat up the Aghanims first before he buys the Rapier.
Here we go. Oh, he's queued it up. Okay.
What did he sell? Wait,
wow,
what did he sell?
I'm a genius. Boots, right?
Boots?
Yeah, he got rid of his boots.
Oh, okay. All right.
The absolute madman. V-Tune purchases the Rapier. In the cover of smoke, Na'Vi are looking for this prize plays here. They're feeling this game is slipping out from their fingers, and they are going to make the hallelujah plays to try and get themselves back into this one. V-Tune, he just wants to blow people up on the side. That's all he wants.
Well then, seems a little desperate.
It does, doesn't it?
But I mean, from our perspective, they look pretty okay, right? Like, at the moment, they just need to stop dying with the IO and try to get a better positioning on the map. But if Rapier allows them to have the confidence to be able to do that, then I guess that's what they should do.
Yeah, sure. It's not the Rapier which is giving you the confidence. It's just the awakening the inner confidence within yourself.
Exactly. How much damage can he do now? This is like a 3k crit, Sven, isn't it? He can actually kill someone in the Aghanim Scepter stun. Oh, that's what I'd like to see. We're gonna keep a close eye on this V2. That's for sure.
We certainly
Here's
are.
a smoke.
We certainly are. How much can he do in these team fights?
They're walking into the high ground.
Viking, they're walking straight into their trap. There's so much vision down from the side of Na'Vi here. This could be dangerous. Boom's gonna be the first target. General tries to go for the roll, but the roll's gonna interrupt it. Meanwhile, they're just on the backline. Celery just gets cut in half, and he's using the cleave to get through General. Now they stun up the Sven. They're trying to control him up, and he pops that BKB, turns around, looks for Toby. Bye-bye, Fishy. And now the TP away from the IO. Brings it back to the fountain. Okay.
They had to there. He would have got stunned up, and there was 2 tombstones there too. It's impossible for Sven to fight into that for the time being, so just get him out. They already got some kills. That's 2 for 2, 3 for 2. They wanted a bigger kill, I guess, on the side of Na'Vi as well.
Must have done.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, that was really surprising. They took the Sven out in the middle of his God Strength and his BKB and just said no. I mean, I guess we're saying a good read from the IO in the end there, then, just to get him out of danger.
His BKB was already out, so he would have got kind of like crazy under the tombstones, and then that would have been it for Sven. After that, they would have just kept stalling and then just chased him down.
Yeah. Who do they need to catch then with this ultimate BKB rapier jump from V2?
I mean, it was just such a split fight. They wanted to kill the Undying before he can drop the big, nasty team fight spell, right? But
Okay,
they were not able to do that. Exactly. If they killed him first and there was only one alive, I'm sure the IO could have just killed that up. But because there was one on the high ground, it just made it impossible for Na'Vi to actually take the team fight anymore. So they just kind of got out of there. Live to fight another day. That was Na'Vi's plan.
Well, Roshan's going to respawn in 5 seconds. God's Strength is back in 12 seconds, and the IO's back in 14 seconds. So a lot of time.
He also got
at the same time.
He just ate a moonshard too on
V2.
That's weird. Why would he eat the moon? Shouldn't he just eat the Aghanims and then keep the moonshard?
Yes, probably, but
okay.
I don't know. Maybe
you know,
wants his stats.
Right, it's a pretty high tense situation. You're not really like thinking about, oh, this is the best efficiency move here. You know, just this is what I gotta do to win this game. He just wants to like eat that moonshard. Don't think about it. Just go. You know, think about like the fights. That's what matters right now.
Wheels on the fly, going to give him some vision inside the pit with the ice path. Shad's going to get spooked away. Doesn't want to get caught inside this pit with his big nasty Sven pounding away at him relentlessly. The Hawk's going to give him the vision as well. Yeah,
and
really
one thing to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing to mention too, like with the Sven buying the rapier, like he's playing all in into this, right? Like he's not playing for buybacks. He's not playing for anything else. So
no.
He wants to just kill people in that BKB duration, and if not, like he just wants his IO to just get him out, and that's probably gonna be their plan for a while. Void would be an amazing pickoff too, if maybe Iceberg can get a Dream Coil on him. I'm not entirely sure who's gonna be able to pop that Linkens though. It's quite annoying for this Sven.
Pulls out, gives us some time to reflect. I think Viking really need to look towards trying to kill this IO straight away as well, just to stop him rescuing the Sven and kind of resetting the fights whenever they want.
Definitely. That's going to be Shad's job, but this Ghost Scepter has been so pesky, and that's why Shad decided to go for the Nullifier instead of the Abyssal Blade. So that's going to help kill the IO. I think it's actually going to kill IO pretty quickly. And he doesn't have a buyback, does he? Oh, he does have a buyback.
I think so too. Yeah, he's finally got his buyback. Yeah, the heroes without buyback is Sven, of course. Iceberg bought back in the last fight, and General doesn't have the money for it right now. Literally every hero on the side of Viking has buybacks. So, yeah, Sven, you got to chop through multiple heroes multiple times if you want to take this engagement. I think Viking are very prepared for this Roshan fight.
Are you a fan of late game Nomad?
I love late game.
Yeah.
Tensions just get higher. Tier 6 items very fun as well.
That's good. I guess there needs to be a balance, you know? Like me, I don't like late game is like the worst. It's like complete randomness everywhere, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It just comes down to who reaches which high ground or ward first, and then the fights just blow up and it's anybody's game, and it's just so sad. I like the controlled games.
For you.
I like the controlled games, you know, like the games where everything is so meticulous. Like you know where to go, you know where to be. You're just playing one by one, like one step at a time, and just like surgically destroy your opponent. You can't do that in the league.
It is very interesting though, because I think it really does come down to like, you know, raw impulses and decision making on the spot, because there is too many things to consider in the late game for anyone to play at 100% efficiency. I believe like no one has games which go on this late regularly enough in pubs to be comfortable in this situation. The items at tier 6, if we get there, is also a complete X factor, which again, people just don't have enough experience playing with them to really like kind of, you know what it does. Obviously they know inside out what it does, but having the feel to get those kind of reactions, like you see from all the items throughout the rest of the game, completely different. So I think it's an interesting point to raise and for sure relevant. But anyway, let's talk about this Roche fight. What's going to happen here? Because both teams are poised up, ready to go into Roche. Roshan's at about 50% HP. Who's going to make the commitment, or is anyone going to make the commitment?
There's couriers and birds flying around, and you know, both teams on some high grounds. It's just going to come down to who's going to snap first, who's going to go into that pit first. I think whoever does go into the pit is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage, because that means the supports of the other team are going to be exposed to be dumped on. that being said, though, I think Viking have the better opening. They have the Haunt, right, that can provide vision. Then they have the Tombstone that can also destroy these fights, because Sven does not want to sit there hitting a Tombstone the whole time either. So, but if somehow General can find himself a big roar onto the Slaughter, or Lina would be a pretty bad target because of the Aeon Disc. Probably the Undying. I guess that's the best target for them to kill before the first Tombstone even drops. Can't help the one that drops when you die, but if they can somehow find Celery first, that would be nice.
Lag over. Okay, good. They're going to try and push in mid and then blink in with the Prince's Knife plus Raw combination from General. I mean, he's got so much lockdown in his pocket. Very, very scary hero. But of course, Slardar playing in the river. He's going to be having a good time in this engagement any way you look at it. And it's just like a amalgamation of units inside the pit currently. Everyone's sending everything they've got into that pit.
Oh, are they giving up this rush? I mean, the angle... Okay, I guess they have the sod... Oh, what the... Okay, that illusion just created the courier, and there goes the vision that Viking had inside the pit.
There it is. But did he attack off Roche to kill the courier? No, cleaved illusion don't get cleaved.
Oh, here's the next sacrifice, Undying's courier. Yeah.
Send them in. Make sure nothing's going on. Neither team is sure about this one. Both teams so tense here.
This is so nerve-wracking right now.
Toby
just
Toby
jumps
makes
in.
the first movement into the pit. He goes. The Orb's going to see this going down. Shad wants to try and take it. Are they going to get there in time? V-Tune, his hand is being forced. What is the play here? Is Roshan slowly getting taken down? V-Tune, yeah, they pop down the Haunt. Oh no, the Shadow Step onto Roger, and now they jump in. Sven moves into the pit, takes down the Roshan. Everything's on the floor right now. Who's going to pick it up? Shad gets the Aegis. They take down Sven. Oh no, he dives into the pit and just gets absolutely shredded. Shad picks up just about everything. Rapier in hand. Let's go. Moving on to Always Want to Fly. Always Want to Fly gets taken out. There's no buyback on the Sven as the IO's going to drop as well. Oh my goodness.
That's
I mean,
it.
what happened to Sven? What happened to him? Where did he go?
He picked up the refresher shard, and he didn't click BKB either. So he just got stunned up and died. If he got the Aegis, sure, that could have made some sense. I don't know,
trying
Nomad.
to make some sort of play here, trying to give the whole team a bit of juking here.
They don't have the Rapier anymore.
Yeah, this one is pretty much over,
Yeah.
I think.
So-
Viking. Oh my god.
That fight, all V-Tune I think had to do was just kill the other heroes. I'm not even sure the Roshan even mattered, right? Like, if you're gonna win the
Agreed.
fight, you're winning the fight because you're killing the supporting cast of Viking. Like, you gotta get those other guys. Like, even Toby would have been amazing if it got a stun on him and just killed him off right away. But yeah, going into that pit made him like the prime target. It's like, okay, here you go, guys. Let's just focus me. And maybe he was relying too much on Roger to get him out, but he just dies so quickly with that corrosive haze on top of him.
Shad is so farmed, he's got a Radiant in his backpack, by the way, and a fresh BKB as well. That's so much money. Oh god, I always want to fly. Dares look at the side of Viking, and they'll poke out his eyes for doing so. Sven back in 5 seconds, but it's a measly little baby Sven. Nothing like the absolute unit Sven we saw earlier on.
But he
Can't
still
even
does
deal
damage
with
though,
the
right?
illusions.
He can still kill some heroes. Yeah, he does. He has damage. He didn't
doesn't
really
have the
sell any of his damage
true
items. He only
strike,
sold
though.
his boots. So that's okay.
Well, we'll see as they jump forward here. They're trying to tag down the Spectre. The biggest hero is the one they're going for right now, and she's getting pretty damn low.
That
Is she actually going to
rapier.
survive through this one? Hello? She's dropping. She's dropping. She's so low on HP. Can't get away from this one. Just trying to turn into front lines. The heals are coming in thick and fast. Pichu needs to finish the job. Jump across to the sideline. He claims back his rapier. Give it back. And now he looks for more. Who will he find? Boom. Running away on the sidelines. Iceberg's on top of him. Stancing him up. But Vichun's looking for other targets. I'm not sure why, though, because the Boom is one they want to try and grab down. Pretty tricky guy to kill as he keeps playing around with the puck. And Puck even picking it out, saying, guys, come on over. I've got some friends. Vichun, meanwhile, looking over to the side. Aramis is going to try and kite him out here as they're still playing with Boom. General and Iceberg both involved in this one. That stun talent on Dissimulate causing a lot of trouble for Iceberg and General as they continue chasing. Now the Sven arrives. The big boy is here. Yule's out from the Void Spirit again, though. He's continuing trying to make some space, but will eventually fall. Both buybacks on the Spectre and the Void. I guess you're right. Sven did have damage. Sorry for doubting you, bud.
Holy smokes. I I can't believe we're still in this game right now. That's insane. Vikings maybe a little overconfident. Spectre was not the one who had the Aegis, so they just so hard committed onto that spec. I mean, B-Tune, he understands his hero. Now he's got that rapier back, and the game is in a decent spot again for them. Like, it's as if nothing happened. The Sven didn't even buy back in the last fight. It's like nothing happened. It's like that Roshan didn't even exist. All they lost was mid-racks, but it's already irrelevant. 57 minutes into the game.
Yeah, completely irrelevant. I got to question the Spectre eating the cheese before they took to the high. I mean, I guess she didn't have the slots for it, but still eating cheese for the mana.
I think Spec had some time to run away, but you know, he really wanted to maybe man up a bit there. It was very hard. Right. I must say though, the big key factor in that last fight was V-Tune's refresher shard that he stole in the pit, because that refresher shard gave him a second BKB and allowed him to refresh his Stormhammer and jump on top of that Spectre who was trying to run away.
Yeah, it was really nice from B-Tune.
And then that also gave a free slot for him to pick up the rapier. It was really, really, really nice in the end, that refresher shard. Maybe some, 20 head, 10D chess going on here from V-Tune. I was like, I don't want this Aegis. Aegis is useless for me. I'm gonna steal that refresher shard and then I'm gonna die. They're gonna get overconfident. yeah, exactly.
I'm sure that's the case. I'm sure it's not just late game craziness going on here. Looks like we are heading towards that 60-minute mark, people. Get those neutral items ready. What do you want to see for each of these heroes?
I don't know. I'm still not familiar with all of the tier 5 neutral items. But there are plenty of good ones, that's for sure. I'm not sure what the Sven even wants. Maybe he wants the Desolator, the number 2. So it gets even more damage and has some minus armor.
Can Iceberg start playing for his 30 talent where he gets the Dreamcore Rapid Fire and Phase Shift attack and maybe look towards transitioning into a right clicker, or is...
I mean, his build isn't really a right clicker build. Oh no, always on the fly.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Oh, Spectre, she goes further, but the side of Navi are out. They are gone.
They did use the Haunt though, so they're gonna probably not be looking for a team fight at the moment on the side of Viking.
No, but
Spectre is level 30 too.
Oh wow.
I don't think we noticed that earlier, but I saw like when she died last fight, she was level 30, so she has all her talents unlocked. That must be one of the most satisfying things in Dota, like unlocking all your talent.
Depends on the hero. With some of them, I think it's very disappointing. You're kind of just like, oh well, great. I get some of the heroes just have very disappointing talents, which you don't really care about at all. But yeah, no, Spectre's definitely not one of those. She loves her extra talent. I mean, this Haunt Illusion damage with Manta Illusionist Cape, Haunt, and Shadow Step is going to do a lot of work. And here we go. Tier 5 items coming up. We're going to start with some Woodland Striders for Roger. I think he's going to pass them across. He's actually passed them across to the Sven.
That's so good for him. He's got movement speed now because he wanted to drop his boots, right? So that will allow him to have 6 slots.
Crap.
Yeah, it's like having... Right. So good. Because he was probably missing the spider legs. That's like actually every carry's like dream item. It's actually to have spider legs, not some, status assist or lifesteal or something in the super late game. It's just so you can drop your boots and have that mobility, be able to go through the fights.
Pirate Hat Spectre, here we go. Get your OS frogs out,
150
people.
attack speed. Jeez. Okay. All right. That's good.
The bounty rune every
Ballista
40
puck?
seconds. I mean, that's what led us.
Nah, he's not gonna keep that. He's gonna keep the Windless Shackle. He has so much HP with that, so.
Although,
probably one of the worst items, right?
Well, when he gets the Dreamcore Rapid Fire, he's just gonna blast them out of its own coil if he does want to do that, which is gonna be kind of funny. I can see that being actually sick, but obviously he has to get to level 30 first. Meanwhile, Book of the Dead, probably the worst tier 5 item in my opinion, and 4-star found by the Beastmaster. I mean, out of all the heroes, Book of the Dead's probably pretty good in general. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I just realized. Beastmaster is like, oh, you don't have a Necro Book? Well, here you go. You better have one. That's how you play this hero, General. You need Necro Book. So the game is feeding him one instead. The split pushing with his Book of the Dead is going to be pretty annoying. If ever. But they have like the Spectre who's quite good at stopping it. Probably not the biggest deal. Shadow Step is really good at stopping the split push.
Na'Vi have both boots though, which is kind of insane. They've given the force boots to the Sven and the Woodland Striders to Roger, so both of these two are going to be, they're just so fast. But Roshan's up, they're doing Roshan, Viking. Hello, Na'Vi? Oh, they've got lost, they forgot about it.
Yeah, they were controlling bottom side. I don't even know if this Rosh matters, like, the refresher might be the biggest factor, the refresher shard. Lina has it with the Aghanims, so she can actually do 1,800 pure damage? No, 2,000 pure damage. That might be scary. Okay, that might be really scary. Like, I'm not too worried about the Aegis or the Cheese. I think Na'Vi can pretty much deal with those, but the Refresher Shard, Lina might catch them by surprise.
Well, both teams have a Ballista, which they're not using just to finish up on the tier 5 items. Both teams have a Ballista, which neither of them want to touch. And there's also a Trident available on the side of Viking. So if the Spectre gets enough farm for that, I imagine she's going to build it. Because, I mean, that's just going to be ridiculous.
Well, you give the Trident to one of your teammates, I think. Right? You can do that.
No one else could afford it, though.
I mean, you buy it for them, I believe.
Oh, can you? Oh, okay, cool. You might want him herself there. I mean, the stats increase. Oh, Toby goes for the D-Ward, but Iceberg's going to jump on him immediately. The Horde's going to come out on the sun. They go on the backlines. They're looking for Roger. Roger nullified up and taken on down. He's going to be the first casualty. Toby quickly going to follow. Buybacks from them both. Meanwhile, Sven round the back, looking for a target. First Laguna Blade comes out. Second Laguna Blade comes out, but the heals come across from Roger as he TP's back into the fight. Wants to rescue Featuring because the fight's not going that great, but Spec! Oh no, she gets taken down. That's her first life gone. Great coil coming out from the puck as well. They'll turn across. They'll deal with Slaughter. The Sven is not getting taken back because he's doing 2 damage, but he needs some help here as he takes through 1, but now he gets cut down. The Sven is dead. Immediate buyback from Aramis here, but they'll take back the rapier. It's sitting on the floor. They don't even know how to give it to. Boom's going to be the one to take it. The refresher gets popped from Shad. The fight was not good from the side of Na'Vi, and no 100 gold needed for the buyback on the Sven here. That ain't good.
Wow, I'm so
look
surprised.
For bottom, General. Hold on, General. In some trouble going for the TP away. Shad. Doesn't have the bash, but he has got the damage, and they're going to be able to take down General. The sad trombone comes out from him. Does have buyback, but they need to buy some time for this then.
Oh no, Roger. I thought he was going to take him out. That would have been a perfect time to take him out. Even if your teammates died, they have buybacks, but the Sven does not have a buyback. 50 more gold. Still needed. Iceberg is like, this bounty can't spawn any faster. Come on, 65-minute bounty runes. Need to get my Sven back alive. Oh, look at these trees on the high ground. What is this?
They built a wall. They built a wall. Shad will get across it quite easily. Roger cosplaying Donald Trump.
Alright.
Fortification comes out. Beastmaster buys back. They don't have their Slaughter. So it's actually Viking not really taking the initiative here. They must have thought this Sven has buyback, so they back themselves away. Once again, the game's not over, folks. The game is not over.
And the Sven is just going to farm up another rapier. That's his plan.
Shad, meanwhile, is going to go back to base, do a little bit of shopping, get on Amazon, get that Trident.
Yep. He drops it. Someone else will probably take it, I guess. He's going to give it to the Slaughter.
Oh, really? What's the attack speed?
Hey, that's a good item for Slaughter.
It's pretty damn good.
That's a real good item. And
Spectre
has
another core.
Way too much gold. Actually, would he like Pirate Hat instead on Slaughter?
I feel like he would, you know.
100. That's a lot for Slaughter, right? That's a lot of attack speed. But you know, he's okay with this. He got so much status as this. 51%.
He is getting destroyed in these fights, to be fair. So it doesn't really matter if you've got bashes if the Sven's just like targeting you and murdering you every engagement.
Yeah. I don't know what he's supposed to buy against the Sven. Maybe like a halberd. I think that would have been the best choice, just for, even if it's 2 seconds that you stop the Sven from attacking, and then you can just like right click him and stun him up. That might be worth it for Toby. Yeah. Because the Sven doesn't have refresher, right? So he only has 1 BKB. Oh, bottom, they're going in.
Oh, they are. They get him. General's brought down. Die back on General. Iceberg's still trying to fight up as they get them leashed on the high ground, but this Voice Spirit does not mess around. He does so much damage. And now...
He doesn't have that rapier either. He's actually... he has an empty item slot right now,
Yikes.
and they are 4 versus 5. That ward that they put in from the last engagement, Viking, like it didn't get dewarded. I don't think the Book of the Dead was summoned and saw it, so that's how they caught the beast.
Playing around, they get the Hex out onto the Void Spirit here. V-Tune popping that ultimate, trying to bring him down, instead moving his attention over towards the Spectre, but Spectre is pretty damn tanky. V-Tune doing a decent amount of work, though, as the Abyssal across onto Boom. Boom's gonna go down, V-Tune takes him down, another damage comes coming back onto V-Tune, he's brought down, has got buyback as Always Wanna Fly is gonna get killed off by Shad. Shad finds 2 more kills, nobody left on Na'Vi, they've got a puck, and they've got a buyback available on the Sven. He's not even gonna try it, though. The GGs are called, Iceberg runs in, but the game is over. It will go to Viking, drawing this series to a 1-1. Well, it wasn't, this long, drawn-out, exciting fight that we were expecting, but instead, just General getting caught out without buyback, and unfortunately, Na'Vi just unable to fight without 100% of their heroes available and ready to do so, but still, a very exciting second game in this series as Viking managed to draw the series out to a 1-1. Wow, I mean, what a ride there at the end, Thebes.
This was such an insane game from both teams. I mean, you see the power of Sven, right? Like, they lost their lanes a little bit, and then they're fighting into, like, the Slaughter Spectre, and there's, like, double Tombstone. It doesn't matter. The Sven just goes in, just one-shots, right? And, the Slaughter was so tanky. He had AC, Satanic. He tanked up so hard with Agnes and stuff, and then, boom, Sven just kills you. So... yeah. Na'Vi, like, it's so scary to play against his IO Sven, and Viking, they might want to respect it a little bit more. Not really sure, but again, a W is a W, right? 67 minutes in or 30 minutes in, doesn't matter. You won the game. That's what it is. And at the end of the day, they played better and they deserved it.
Yeah, and I think we might have a record here. 108,000 damage dealt by Spectre. I mean, my God, that is a lot of damage thrown out over the course of this game. Also, shout out to IO somehow in this. I mean, I know it's an IO, but still, 6,500 damage dealt over a 1 hour, 7-minute game is kind of entertaining. Of course, not the IO's job. I just find the stat a little bit funny. But there we go. That is the end of game number 2 eventually, and it is Viking taking home the victory, dragging this series out to a 3rd and final game. I am excited for it. I hope you guys are too. You'll have to endure some ads first, then we'll go back with the panel. We'll see you very shortly for more Epic League action.
EGB, your esports betting world. The only place to find the widest choice of popular games and matches to win real money. Choose your bet on a single event or express of several matches with dizzy odds. Serving the market for 7 years with over 800,000 users. Join now to get your bonus for the first deposit up to $600. EGB, you know for sure who's gonna win.
Debated.
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds. It is Diamond's turn.
Yeah, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after 67 minutes. I don't know what it is with Navi. Navi seem to be the new poster children for long-ass games because their VP series had a 72-minute game. Here, 67 minutes. But you know what really matters? T-Gov, it's your birthday. I'm not even gonna prompt you. You can talk about literally whatever you want. You can. The floor is yours. please. It has to be about Dota, though. That's the only rule. So take it away.
Thank you. I was about to say confirmation on it has to be Dota. No. Let's talk about Na'Vi and Roshan. Maybe that's a nice little topic to start with.
Let's hear it.
They didn't really go near it or touch it. You know, when they did go near it, Viking, of course, already had it, and/or that one-time Spectre denied the Aegis. I think that was, to me, one of the big shortcomings from this Na'Vi lineup. They had the explosive damage, they had the annoyance, but every single time when you're fighting into an Aegis and then a refresher, then an Axe Blessing, then another Aegis and another Axe Blessing and another refresher, it does kind of wear you down a bit, right? It does make the game 67 minutes. So I think unfortunate for Na'Vi, but just great work from Viking being able to get those critical pickoffs and keep taking away that Aegis, utilizing that Slardar. It just meant the game was eventually theirs, and it was a beautiful game,
10
like
seconds
truly beautiful.
remain.
Wizard, though, how'd the Puck Void Spirit balance work out? Because that was something that you were very skeptical about in the draft. Was that even relevant, all things considered?
It worked out a little bit better, I think, for Void Spirit than I expected. It all depends, I guess, on the state of the game, right? In which you find yourself. Are you the one hunted, or are you the one hunting the enemy team constantly? But he wasn't really doing a whole lot in this game. Overall, it came down to the Spectre and to the Sven and the battle of the carries. That Roche fight, Navi went for that fight once. They went in with Sven and he just died there. He just died. They lost Rapier. I think that's perhaps one of the reasons why they were reluctant to join those fights a little bit later on. But for me, the story of this game is Roger. I just want to ask him if he's all right, if everything is fine. How are his? Because man, does it feel rough. Like you're playing this Wisp and your carry gets a Rapier and it's all on you now, you know, like he's gonna be jumping in. It's on you to save him once that dumbass goes too far, right? Every single time.
And the Sven getting rid of his boosts, I was like, dude, that's my move speed too.
It's so rough. It was so rough, and it all culminated with that one fight around their ancients when he didn't get Vitune out, when they lost the Rapier once again. That was just overall a perfect game. Really, we saw everything: fun early game, cool mid game, and late game that was, as always, just late game chaotic, and you don't really know what's happening.
They mentioned that in the cast, right? It's like, oh, we like the early game, the mid game, because, you know, we understand what's happening. No, not at all. We like the late game because you see people just AFKing at trees, waiting to find that one lad who's just out of position. Oh, it's just bliss. Also, fun fact, Viking, position 2, 3, and 4, combined deaths equals one Jakiro boy, one little dragon. That alone is a great stat.
Oh,
21 deaths.
Stats. I got another stat. That Spectre had the highest net worth of any hero throughout this group stage so far. It was 53,000, and I think the only thing she was missing was a Moonshard. But she bought out a Trident for the Slardar. She was blessed up and using that to great efficacy against the IO. But this time, the Spectre and the IO will be on the same team, as the Viking have taken it for themselves in this first phase, banning out the Doom and Sven. Na'Vi finally get their hands on Chen and Rubik, and they ban out the Venge, Lina, and Bloodseeker.
Yeah, I'm thinking if this is maybe a little bit of bait to we'll see with this next ban if they ban out Slardar or not, because they have Chen and Rubik. Because of Chen and all these creeps, you usually want an offlaner that's actually able to deal with them, that's able to outpush, and that's not Slardar, right? But Viking might be tempted to go for that Slardar because, as you said, Spectre is picked with IO, but that's not the reason she's picked. She's picked because she's strong and IO will get a different pairing. Most likely will be that Slardar with Viking. GG definitely do like to go for if it's not banned.
I think for me, though, Na'Vi are pretty much laying down the law of, okay, we're tired of the 67-minute shenanigans. We want to be able to set the pace of the game ourselves like we did in game 1. And that's where the Chen Rubik, they're going to have that strong lane, but also pivot into some type of map control. My fear is simply when I see these two supports as a support player myself, and I see Spectre on the other team, I'm kind of scared, right? There's so much like pressure on my cores having these great games because eventually these two supports will do tiddly twat to a Spectre at the late portion of the game.
Yeah, we actually saw, I guess, the most is Chen's heals may prove to be somewhat useful, as What am I missing here?
No, you're not
nothing, no,
missing it. We were just playing.
We're just having a little fun time, yeah.
And no, because like Spectre late game, she always wins. But
That's
Chen
true.
doesn't like to go late game, right? You want to finish. And Sardar has been banned, so like they get him out.
5 seconds. Dyer's turn.
There you go.
to
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
And team also being banned out by Viking, and then a Viper banned from Na'Vi, which you'd think that they may be considering the Viper, but it seems breaks are no longer relevant against Spectre unless you have a Silver Edge.
Yeah. It's more of a drafting choice because, of course, Viking will then enter the second phase with the pick order. So therefore, like they might just block pick the Viper, then Na'Vi have to play into a Viper lane. Like it's more of the limitations of their position in draft, or the fact they're first pick. Sorry.
Just a weird ban for me overall. Like, do if you have a Chen +1 on safe lane, do you care that much about Viper? Won't you bully him out with creeps? Not sure. To be honest, like even with Viper offlane has been idea for a really long time, but right now in this patch, I haven't played more than 5-6 games versus Viper on off in all my pubs. So all my experience comes from watching games. That's picked versus Spectre, but also we come back to that combo of supports, right? And does Viper truly give you what you need in this